Now we will discuss one more new important chapter from the physical chemistry, and that is the chemical kinetics. It is also one of the important chapter from physical chemistry. Then what is this chemical kinetics? We will see here. So generally, to understand about a chemical reaction, we should know three factors. That is, the first one, whether the reaction is feasible or not, feasibility of the reaction. And the second point, we have to understand what is the extent of reaction. And the third one, the speed of the reaction. These three factors we have to understand about a chemical reaction, so to know the clear picture. First of all, feasibility. What is the meaning of feasibility? Whether the reaction is possible or not, whether the reaction undergo or not. That explain the feasibility. And about this feasibility, we have studied the feasibility of the reaction can be explained based on the thermodynamical properties. In the thermodynamics, we have discussed that the feasibility of the reaction. So thermodynamics deals with the feasibility of reaction. Next, extent of reaction means how much amount of reactant is completed and how much amount of product is formed. That we can say extent of reaction. And about this extent of reaction, already we have studied at the time of equilibrium, that is in chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium mainly deals with the extent of reaction. See, the third factor, that is the speed of the reaction. So means how much speed the reaction is moving. Within seconds or within minutes or within hours, days or years. That can be explained by using this chapter, chemical kinetics. This chemical kinetics mainly explain the speed of the reaction. Apart from that, the factors influencing the speed of reaction and what type of mechanism involved. So that we are going to discuss in this chemical kinetics. So three factors: feasibility, extent of reaction already completed, thermodynamics and chemical equilibrium, and now our focus is on the speed of the reaction, that is chemical kinetics. So what is the chemical kinetics here? What it will deals? It deals with the speed of the reaction, speed of the reaction and factors affecting on measuring the speed of the reaction. On speed, nothing but we can say rate of reaction. And also mechanism of the reaction. So this we can discuss in detail in the chemical kinetics. First of all, kinetics means what? It is the movement or speed generally. Then how can we calculate this speed? And based on the speed of the reaction, or simply the speed of the reaction, we can say rate. So based on the rate of the reaction or speed of the reaction, we can classify the chemical reactions into three types. And they are like very fast reactions, A very fast reaction means the reactions can be complete within a fraction of seconds, and the type of reactions we can call them as a very fast reactions. Here the speed, so the reactions which complete within fraction of seconds. The reactions which complete within fraction of seconds are called very fast reaction. The best example for very fast reactions here, mostly ionic reactions. You can take ionic reactions. Ionic reactions are very fast. Example, neutralization in that ionic reactions means neutralization reactions, acid base reaction. You take HCl, and when you add to the sodium hydroxide, immediately precipitation formation, means formation of sodium chloride, salt formation, and apart from that water. And this reaction can take place immediately whenever HCl is in contact with NaOH. So immediately the sodium chloride formation can take place. And similarly, some other precipitation reactions. You take sodium chloride and add to the silver nitrate. And these are precipitation reactions. When you add sodium chloride in AgNO3 or AgNO3 to NaCl. So as soon as the AgNO3 is contact with the NaCl, then immediately it can form AgCl, white precipitate, and sodium nitrate. Again, this reaction also can take place within fraction of seconds. These are the few examples which comes under very fast reactions. Depends on the speed. And the second type of reactions, very slow reactions. Very slow reactions. And this type of reactions which may take sometimes days, months and years also for the completion of reactions. So for the completion of reactions they can take longer period. Reactions can be complete in very long period of time. Here reactions can be completed in very long period, means sometimes hours or months also. The best example for this very slow reactions, rusting of iron. Rusting of iron, it may take sometimes months to years. When iron is contact with the moisture, it can form this rusting of iron. Or you can take other example, formation of water from hydrogen and oxygen at room temperature conditions. You take hydrogen and oxygen and it may form water. But see, this rusting of iron or formation of water or conversion of diamond into graphite. We can convert diamond into graphite. After several years. So all these processes are thermodynamically feasible. Formation of water thermodynamically feasible, conversion of diamond into graphite. Why? Because graphite is more thermodynamically stable than the diamond. So the graphite can be formed from the diamond. But practically we cannot see these things. Formation of water, it will take almost very longer periods, and conversion of diamond to graphite also very longer hours. So there is no practical importance about these reaction, and also very fast reactions and very slow reactions. We cannot measure the speed of the reaction accurately for very slow and very fast also, and also there is no practical importance about these very slow and very fast reactions. And the third type of reactions, moderate reactions. So moderate reactions means these are the reactions which complete within minutes or hours, sometimes 1 or 2 days, that much only. So this type of reactions can be complete. Can be completed in minutes or hours, and the type of reactions, moderate reaction. So for moderate reactions we can calculate the speed of the reaction. So our focus in this chemical kinetics only on the moderate reactions. Example you can take here, hydrolysis reactions, mostly ester hydrolysis reaction. If I take it, can form acetic acid, ethyl alcohol. If we have the decomposition reactions, decomposition of HI or formation of ammonia, this can be considered as a moderate reaction. You can take formation of ammonia. So here it can take sometimes minutes or hours. Then you have for very fast reactions and very slow reaction, there is no practical importance here. So here chemical kinetics main focus is on moderate reactions. That is the speed of the moderate reactions. And first of all, what is the speed? How to calculate this speed? So with respect to this chemical kinetic, the speed we can say in terms of rate. Speed of reaction we can call it as rate of reaction. A rate of reaction. Now see here, what is the meaning of rate of reaction? How can we find out this rate of reaction? So reaction means mainly it involves the reactants and products. Slowly the concentration of reactant will decrease and the product concentration will increase. So here we can define the rate of the reaction like this. The change in concentration with respect to the time is called rate of reaction. Change in concentration means the concentration may increase or decrease. For the reactant case, concentration will decrease. For the product case, the concentration will increase. So we can write the definition for rate of reaction: change in concentration. In unit time. So we can write in the mathematical form rate of reaction is equals to change in concentration by time period. Let me take one general equation here. We have the reactant is converting into the products, and if you want to talk about the rate of reaction of reactant and rate of reaction of product, how can we say rate of reaction with respect to reactant and the rate of reaction with respect to product? So with respect to reactant, rate of reaction is decreasing in concentration of reactant, and with respect to product, increasing in concentration of product. Generally by time change, some amount of reactant will be converted into the product formation. So So ultimately concentration of reactant decreases. So we can define in another way like this. It is the decreasing in concentration of reactant or increase in concentration of product. Again the same in unit time, or change in concentration of reactant or change in concentration of product. Reactant case decreasing and product case increasing. So this change we can write like this: rate of reaction is equals to decreasing in concentration or change in concentration of reactant. So change generally will represent with the symbol delta, and concentration of R, delta R by delta T. This is here decreasing in concentration means we can take the symbol negative, and this negative sign indicates that it is a decreasing in concentration, it represents. R, it is also rate of reaction also equals to with respect to the product, increasing in concentration of product or change in concentration of product. So delta P by delta T. But in case of products, the concentration is increasing, so positive value. So we can take here positive sign. So this we can explain graphically. And before that, here we have the two types of rate of reactions, that is, one is average rate, we can define this also, and instantaneous rate. So average rate means the change in concentration of reactant or product, so over the time period, between the 5 seconds or 10 seconds or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So within the time range, what is the decreasing in concentration or what is the increasing in concentration, that we can say average rate. But we have another, that is instantaneous rate, that we can calculate the instantaneous rate at a particular time, at after 5 seconds or after 20 seconds or after 1 hour exactly. What is the rate, that we can call instantaneous rate. So here average rate means it is obtained change in concentration over the time period. Another one we have instantaneous rate. It is a rate of reaction at an instant of time. At any instant of time. We will see this with respect to graphically, average rate and instantaneous rate. Let me take with respect to reactants and products. We can take the graph like this. Or else this is the time period, in the x axis, concentration on y axis. One reaction will take reactant to the product. With respect to reactant, let us assume initially somewhere here we have the reactant. Anyhow, initially reactant is having more concentration. As a time being, the concentration of reactant will decrease slowly like this. And here if I want to calculate what is the average rate, then that we can calculate at this time t1, a particular time. Let us assume this is the time period t1 and where the concentration of reactant is R1. Let us take this is time t2, then as the time increases, ultimately the concentration will decreases, and this is R2. And if I want to calculate average rate with respect to the reactant, what is that? The change in concentration of reactant by time period. So, minus of, what is the final minus initial, final concentration, that is R2 and initial concentration R1 by the time change T2 minus T1. So, within this time period, what is the change in concentration? That can give average rate. So, here you have R2 minus R1 means the resultant value you can see here R2 is lesser value and R1 is more. That can give the negative value. So, here rate never be negative. So, we can multiply with this negative result and we will get positive value. That is why we will use this sign negative. So, no other physical meaning for that, just for the indicates that decreasing in concentration, the negative sign. The same we can explain with respect to the product concentration also. Again, this is a concentration and this is the time. Initially, the product concentration 0. As a time being, the product's concentration will increase slowly. And this is the product initially. Again, at a time t1, after some time, we have the product concentration p1. Again, after some time t2, we can say the product concentration, and this is p1 and this is p2. So, here as time being, as the time increases, the concentration of product will increase slowly. Again, if you want to calculate average rate with respect to the product, what is that? Change in concentration or increasing in concentration. Here concentration of product is increasing from here to here. The change, what it is? P2 minus P1. And this is time period T2 minus T1, and that is average rate. But if I want to calculate instantaneous rate, what is the instantaneous rate? That is at a particular time, for example, some time t, at a particular time t. So, at this time I want to calculate the instantaneous rate. In the previously we calculated within the time slot. So, T2 between T1 T2 between annual T1 T2, that in that time range, what is the average rate between the for the reactant and product, that calculated. But here instantaneous rate means at this particular time, what is the rate? So, that we can call instantaneous rate, that we can calculate just by drawing a tangent to this and calculate the slope for this particular point. And the slope can give the instantaneous rate. The slope is equals to instantaneous rate. And this instantaneous rate, the small change, we can represent like this: dx by dt. The small change in concentration is a dx and small time interval is a dt. and previously we have used that the symbol this D. So, this indicates the small large change, and the small d indicate the small change. So, overall we will use the symbolic like this dx by dt in a chemical kinetics. Instantaneous rate we will calculate. So, now we can represent both. Average rate is like this in general, capital D, change in concentration by delta T, and instantaneous rate. A small change within a small time period. That is about the rate of reaction with respect to the reactant and products. Next, the units of rate of reaction. What are the units? We can identify anyhow. Rate of reaction, change in concentration. Change in concentration, nothing but concentration we can represent simply with the molarity by time period, or molarity by time. Time, it may be in seconds, you can represent the time in seconds or minutes or days or years, so many. So, molarity further we can write like this, moles per liter. So, moles liter inverse. If you express the time in terms of second, you can take the second inverse. These are the units for rate of reaction. This is generally for aqueous system, but if the reaction is in gaseous phase, for gaseous reactions, for gaseous reaction generally the concentration will express in terms of the pressure. So, therefore, the rate of reaction, the units for rate of reactions in place of concentration, pressure. So, what are the units for pressure? Atmosphere. So, we can take here the units is equals to atmosphere. Again, if we express in terms of second, the time second inverse. Atmosphere second inverse for gaseous reactions, and other reactions if we express in terms of the concentration, moles per liter per second. These are the units for a rate of reaction. This is also very important, we should remember the units. And next, expression of rate of reaction. How can we express this rate of reaction? Let me take a general reaction here. 2A plus B will gives the product to 3C. Let us assume one chemical reaction here. It is a balanced chemical reaction. So, it indicates here A is a reactant, B is a reactant, and C is a product. And the concentration of A is decreasing and concentration of B is decreasing and concentration of C is increasing as the time being. So, now we can express the rate of reaction or with respect to A and B, rate of A and rate of B, how they are decreasing, and rate of C, how the C is increasing. Now, we can write here a rate of disappearance of A. generally rate of disappearance of A is equals to, with, if you see this reaction, if you compare this disappearance of A with B, so here A is disappearing twice the comparatively B. So you can write here it is twice the disappearance of B, 2 times of rate of disappearance of B. So what is the rate of disappearance? The rate of disappearance is nothing but rate of consumption of A or rate of decreasing in concentration of A. So rate of decreasing in concentration of A we can represent like this. Decreasing in concentration means negative symbol, concentration dA by dt. We will take at a particular time instantaneous rate, mostly we will use this one, is equals to twice the rate of disappearance of B. It is also minus of d of B by dt, and this closure bracket indicates the concentration of A and concentration of B. And similarly you can compare the formation of C with respect to the B. Here rate of formation of C is equals to, again if you see the chemical reaction, and B can be disappearing one time, but then the C can be formed thrice if it decompose one time, and this can be formed or the product formation 3 times. So you can write rate of formation of C is equals to thrice the rate of disappearance of B. Again rate of formation of C means formation plus symbol and dC by dt is equals to, you can write 3 times of, again disappearance of means minus dB by dt. Now rate of disappearance of B nothing but here rate of reaction with respect to B. We can say rate of reaction is equals to rate of disappearance of B. So now I can take like this, rate of reaction is equals to minus dB by dt, that also is equals to, we can write from this, minus dB by dt is what 1 by 2 times of minus dA by dt. So or else we can write like this, I will take the equation and simply minus dB by dt, that we can write as minus 1 by 2 dA by dt, and this is also equals to, from this minus dB by dt means you can write this 1 by 3 times of dC by dt. So actually for a particular reaction, what is the rate of reaction? Expression of rate of reaction is the rate of disappearance or rate of consumption of reactant or rate of appearance or rate of formation of product by their stoichiometric coefficient. See with respect to A, what is the stoichiometric coefficient of A in the reaction? The balanced chemical reaction, 2A plus B gives 3C. So the stoichiometric coefficient to 2. So 1 by 2 into dA by dt, that also is equals to, here stoichiometric coefficient for B 1, so 1 by 1, and the stoichiometric coefficient for C is 3, so 1 by 3 into dC by dt. So this is overall rate of reaction. So we can write the rate of reaction like this. So in general, for a reaction, let me take one more. In general, we have a reaction AA plus BB gives rise to CC and DD. So for this particular reaction, if you want to write the rate of reaction, we can write like this. Rate of reaction is equals to, with respect to A, this is minus 1 by A, that is a stoichiometric coefficient A, dA by dt is equals to minus 1 by B dB by dt, that is equals to plus 1 by C dC by dt, that is equals to plus 1 by D dd by dt. And this is the expression for rate of reaction for a general chemical equation like A, B, C, D. This is very, very important. Already questions are asked about this, the expression of rate of reaction. Here you should remember another words, that is a rate of reaction and a rate of formation or rate of consumption, rate of disappearance, they are little different in nature. Let us take rate of reaction is this one, but with respect to A, rate of formation, sorry, rate of decomposition or disappearance or rate of consumption. Rate of disappearance of A, or this is also called rate of disappearance. In place you can write rate of consumption. Or rate of decreasing in concentration of A is equals to, is simple, it is minus dA by dt, and this is called rate of disappearance of A or rate of consumption of A. There is no stoichiometric coefficient to divide directly. Minus dA by dt is called rate of disappearance of A, and rate of reaction means this is the one, minus 1 by A dA by dt. This is overall rate of reaction, but with respect to particular reactant or product, we can write rate of disappearance means minus dA by dt. Similarly, a rate of disappearance of B we can write like this. And again, this is very, very important, the difference between the rate of reaction and rate of formation consumption. This is minus dB by dt. Similarly, rate of formation, you can say rate of appearance or formation. Rate of appearance of C, or you can write like this, in place of appearance you can write formation. Formation, appearance, both are the same. So here you can, instead of 1 by C, you can take directly dC by dt. This is only rate of appearance. If you take 1 by C, then that is the rate of reaction. Again, a rate of formation or appearance of D is equals to plus change in concentration of D by dt. This is our. So these are very, very important. You should understand the difference here. Let us take few examples for the expression of this rate of reaction for a given reactions. Let us go with few examples here. First of all, understood up to this? Any confusions here? Understood, ra? Yes. Okay. Now seen in a few examples, express the rate of reactions. We have one reaction like this. Hydrogen peroxide can undergo decomposition and it can give 2H2O plus O2. Express the rate of reaction for this particular reaction. How can we write? Rate of reaction is equals to here H2O2 stoichiometric coefficient minus 1 by 2, change in concentration of H2O2 by dt, that also is equals to with respect to products plus 1 by 2 d of H2O by dt, and that also is equals to plus d of O2 by dt. This is the expression rate of reaction for this particular given. So this type of questions they will ask you. Adugutu untarana basic idea how to express. So they will give one question and they will ask you which of the following expression is correct. Okay na? If I take another reaction like N2 plus 3H2 will give 2NH3. The formation of ammonia. Tell me right here rate of reaction. Minus of d N2 by dt, that is also equals to
minus 1 by 3
dH2 by dt, it is also equals to plus 1 by 2 d NH3 by dt. If I take one more here, I hope you understood how to write the rate of reaction and why we are writing like this, right? We have taken one example why we are writing why we are dividing with that stoichiometric coefficient. 1 by 2a plus 1 by 3b can give 1 by 5c. For this rate of reaction, okay. So here 1 by 1 by 2, so 2 minus 2 dA by dt minus 3 plus 5 balance. No, why this? Maybe let us assume it is a balance. We don't know what is the A, what is the B. Talvadu kadra. Need not be simple whole number ratio lo undalsina avasaram ledu, but we will take simple whole number ratio lo teeskuntam general ga. It should be balance. Fractional undochu edaina undochu. All this is not for practical purpose, only for understanding purpose we are taking. Okay, we will take a few questions related to this. Nitrogen and hydrogen will give the formation of ammonia. Here a rate of disappearance of nitrogen
minus dN2 by dt.
let me finish the question. Is 0.02 mole per liter per second. Then what is the rate of disappearance of hydrogen and rate of formation of ammonia. Zero 0.06, 0.04. So how to do for this reaction? First you write the rate. Rate of reaction, ROR, is equals to, what is the general reaction? Minus dN by dt, that is equals to minus 1 by 3 d of H2 by dt plus 1 by 2 d of NH3 by dt. This we know according to the previous discussion. Now what is given and what they are asking? What they given here? Rate of disappearance of nitrogen means what? Here in case of this reaction, rate of disappearance of nitrogen and rate of reaction both are the same. Rate of disappearance of nitrogen is equals to minus d of N2 by dt is equals to 0.02. And they are asking rate of disappearance of hydrogen. What is the meaning of the rate of disappearance of hydrogen? That is minus, it is not 1 by 3, directly minus d of H2 by dt is rate of disappearance of hydrogen. Then this value, from this relation we can calculate. So we know this value. So it is thrice of the rate of disappearance of hydrogen, or by looking into that you can identify, but with respect to numerical value I am explaining here. 3 into 0.02, you will get 0.06. So what is the next? Rate of appearance of ammonia. So that means only plus, it is not 1 by 2. So again from this first and third, so twice the rate of disappearance of nitrogen, 2 into 0.0. Understood all of you? A small difference between the rate of disappearance and rate of reactions. Is this clear? We will see one more question, little different. A to B is an ideal gas. Which decomposes accordingly. According to the equation A to B gives rise to A2 plus 1 by 2 B2 at 273 Kelvin. At start, the initial pressure is 100 mm of Hg. And after 5 minutes the pressure is 120 mm Hg. Then find average rate of decomposition of A to B. In atmosphere per minute and second mole per liter minute, in both the case, in terms of atmosphere and in terms of moles per liter. Check this one. Okay, we will see the solution for this. So the reaction A to B is undergoing decomposition as A2 plus 1 by 2 B2. So what is the initial pressure? Means at a time t equal to 0. We have done some chemical equilibrium reactions, right? So at a t equal to 0, it is 100 mm Hg. So here A2 and B2, nothing is there. At t equal to 5 minutes, let us assume 100 minus some x amount is decomposed. Let us assume, we don't know how much it is. Then A2, how much it can be formed? X. And B, how much it can be formed? X by 2. And the next one more statement they give that here after 5 minutes total pressure, just we add it, total pressure. So how much will you get? This one 100 minus x plus x by 2. So you will get 100 plus x by 2 is equals to 120. From this, what is the x value? 20, 40 you will get it. X equal to 40. Now, so after 5 minutes, what is the pressure of reactant? Initially 100 mm Hg. Then after 5 minutes 100 minus 40, so that is 60 mm Hg. Now the question, average rate. What is the formula for average rate? Change in concentration. So initial minus final. Final minus initial. What is the change? 100 to 60, and the change is 40. What is the time period? 5 is equal to how much? You will get 8 mm Hg per minute, and we are getting 8 mm Hg per minute. We have to calculate in terms of atmosphere. So 8 by 760. atmosphere per minute. Calculate what is the 8 by 760. This will get approximately 10.5 into 10 power minus 3, not 1. Isn't it? Okay, we got answer A, atmosphere per minute. Next one, we have to calculate in terms of moles per liter per minute. Then how to convert that pressure into moles per liter, and we have the formula PV is equals to nRT. From this N by V is equals to P by RT. So we have the value in terms of pressure, but we have to calculate moles per liter, N by V, concentration. In terms of concentration, you have to convert. So just in place of pressure, you write that one, 10.5 into 10 power minus 3. What is R value? Anyhow, this is an atmosphere, 0.0821. What is the temperature is given? Given temperature 273. Again do the calculations. And you will get this value 0.128 moles per liter minute. This is the one. So in terms of pressure, in terms of moles per liter. Sometimes instead of minutes, they may ask you further convert this value into seconds. Then what we have to do, just you have to divide by 60 if they ask in terms of seconds. Further 0.128 by 60, that can give the answer moles per liter seconds. Okay, none. Similarly, atmosphere second, again you divide by 60. So one to other conversion. ఒకవేళ ప్రెషర్లో ఆన్సర్ ఇచ్చి కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్లో అంటే లైక్ దిస్, కాన్సెంట్లో ఇచ్చి ప్రెషర్లో అంటే జస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు మల్టిప్లై ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రెషర్. సో N by V into RT. So just you have to multiply with RT. You will get in terms of pressure. Unit conversion. Rate of reaction లో ఇది ఎక్కువగా అడుగుతూ ఉంటాడు. Just remember this one. Understood? And the third question, two SO2 plus O2 gives rise to 2 SO3, and here a rate of formation of SO3 is 4 into 10 power minus 2 kg per minute. Calculate a rate of disappearance of disappearance, already we used the word, let us take another word here, a rate of consumption of sulfur dioxide and oxygen. What is the rate of consumption of sulfur dioxide and oxygen? Try this question also. Okay, the solution for this question, again you write as it is. What is given? 2SO2 plus O2 is giving 2SO3, and what they given? Rate of formation of SO3 in kg per minute. So the unit is very important here. Generally this is a stoichiometric reaction, and we will write rate of reaction like this. What is that? With respect to sulfur dioxide, minus 1 by 2 d of change in concentration of sulfur dioxide by dt, and this is minus oxygen concentration by dt, and this is plus 1 by 2 sulfur trioxide concentration by dt. And what is this 2, 1, 2? They are the stoichiometric coefficient. They are in terms of number of moles only. So you should not apply this formula directly to this. So this is given in terms of kg per minute. This is not moles, and this is applicable only for moles only, either moles or pressures. General number of moles directly proportional to pressure. So we can take it directly. But weight or any other units different than is there, you have to apply this formula. Means you have to extend. What is that? Number of moles. You have to convert this into number of moles. Number of moles and the weight by molecular weight. So this you can write further as minus 1 by 2 weight, change in weight of sulfur dioxide by dt, weight by molecular weight. So by molecular weight of sulfur dioxide you have to take, ఎందుకంటే వాడు ఇచ్చింది వెయిట్లో కాబట్టి. సో ద రేట్ ఆఫ్ రియాక్షన్ నౌ ఆల్టర్స్ టు లైక్ దిస్. సో అగైన్ దిస్ వన్ మైనస్ weight of oxygen by dt. So again here by weight, molecular weight of oxygen, and this one plus 1 by 2 into 1 by molecular weight of sulfur trioxide into d of change sulfur trioxide by dt. So this is the one. So అందులో వాడు ఇచ్చింది ఏంట్రా? దిస్ వన్, చేంజ్ ఇన్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ సల్ఫర్ ట్రయాక్సైడ్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ద వెయిట్. ఇది కేజీలో ఇచ్చాడు. దట్ యూ అప్లై నౌ. దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ అబౌట్ సల్ఫర్ డయాక్సైడ్ అండ్ ఆక్సిజన్. యూ డూ ఇట్. ఫస్ట్ వన్, చేంజ్ ఇన్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ with respect to weight sulfur dioxide is equals to, so 1 by 2 1 by 2 anyhow cancel. Molecular weight of sulfur dioxide how much? 64 by molecular weight of sulfur trioxide 80 into change in this one. ఎంత ఇచ్చాడు? వాళ్ళు ఎంత 4 4 into 10 power minus 2. And you can write this in terms of grams. 40 grams 40 gram per minute if you convert into grams. ఎంత వస్తుంది? twice 32. Similarly oxygen, weight of oxygen, change in weight is equals to dt. Oxygen 32 by 80 into 1 by 2 is there anyhow as it is, and next is the 40. Then 40 times, so this is 8 వస్తుంది. Okay, 8 grams per minute, correct, not 60. దాని క్లియర్ SO3కి ఉంటుంది కదరా. యూ ఈక్వేట్ దీస్ టూ. 1 by 2 into 1 by 80 into this molecular mass of that 32. ఈ SO2 SO3కి అయితే క్యాన్సిల్ చేసాం, 1/2 1/2 క్యాన్సిల్ చేసి ఐ రోడ్ డైరెక్ట్ 64/80, బట్ ఇక్కడ 1/2 ఉంటుంది కదా. Understood? Any confusion here? Shall I write the complete equation? మనకి ఇదేంటి, మైనస్ డి ఆఫ్ WOT by dt is equals to 1/2 molar mass of oxygen by molar mass of sulfur trioxide into d of SO3 by dt. ఇంతే కదా. సో ఏమౌట్ 32/80 1/2 అండ్ ఇది 40. అండర్స్టూడ్ నౌ? వెయిట్లో ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా కన్వర్షన్, ప్రెషర్లో ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా కన్వర్షన్, కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్లో ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా కన్వర్షన్. జస్ట్ యూ అప్లై దట్ ఐడియల్ గ్యాస్ ఈక్వేషన్, ఫ్రమ్ దట్ యూ కెన్ చెక్ ఇట్. అగైన్ స్టాయికియోమెట్రిక్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ హియర్. సో దీన్నే సమ్ టైమ్ దే లాస్ట్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ మోల్స్లో ఆప్షన్ ఏమి ఇస్తాడు, అక్కడ ఇవ్వడంలో ఏమి ఇచ్చాడు, మనకు kg/minute ఇచ్చాడు. అండ్ ఆప్షన్ మే గివ్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ moles/liter ఆర్ moles/second. ఓకే, ఇది మోల్స్లో అడిగితే ఏమవుతుంది ఫర్దర్ ఆన్సర్. Now change in concentration of SO2 moles per liter అంటే 32 వచ్చింది, 32/64 0.5 mole per minute. అండ్ ఫర్దర్గా సెకండ్స్లో అడిగితే 0.5/60 mole per second. అకార్డింగ్లీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు కన్వర్ట్, అంతే, ఇచ్చిన దాన్ని మనం కన్వర్షన్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళడం. లేదా డైరెక్ట్ మోల్స్లో అడిగాడు అనుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ దేని మీరు కన్వర్ట్ చేయండి, ఇంత లెంత్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ కూడా ఉండదు. యూ కన్వర్ట్ ద సల్ఫర్ ట్రయాక్సైడ్ ఇంటూ మోల్స్. సల్ఫర్ ట్రయాక్సైడ్ ఏమి ఇచ్చాడు, వెయిట్లో ఇచ్చాడు, ఓకేనా, 40 grams ఇచ్చాడు. 40 grams అంటే దట్ యూ కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటూ మోల్స్. సో డైరెక్ట్లీ హాఫ్ మోల్ కాబట్టి మోల్ రేషియోలో డైరెక్ట్గా మనకు సల్ఫర్ డయాక్సైడ్ consumption is equal to sulfur trioxide formation. So you will get directly half mole ka half mole. And oxygen decomposition is half of the sulfur trioxide formation. అంటే 1/2/2 1/4 అక్కడే వచ్చేసాయి డైరెక్ట్గా. ఇంత లెంతీ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ కూడా ఉండదు మళ్ళీ. అంతే, దట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ లెవెల్స్. యూ కెన్ జనరల్ మన మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ యూ కెన్ ఫాలో ఎనీ మెథడ్, డిఫరెంట్ మెథడ్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏది కంఫర్టబుల్గా ఉంటే అది అప్లై చేసుకుంటాం అంతే. యూ కెన్ డూ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ ఓరల్లీ ఆల్సో, ఇంత క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ కూడా అవసరం లేదు. 40 grams సల్ఫర్ ట్రయాక్సైడ్ తెలిసిపోతుంది, హాఫ్ మోల్ అని తెలిసిపోతుంది. అగైన్ ఓరల్, ఇది ఇంత కన్జ్యూమ్ అయితే ఎంత ఫామ్ అవుతుంది, ఎంత ఫామ్ అవుతే ఎంత కన్జ్యూమ్ అవుతుంది, అకార్డింగ్ టు దర్ స్టాయికియోమెట్రిక్ రేషియోస్. ఫస్ట్ చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా. సో the note here it is. Just let me write this statement here. If stoichiometry of a given reaction is altered by multiplying a factor, whatever, some factor, then the rate of disappearance of reactant and a rate of appearance of products do not change. You can underline this word. However, rate of reaction will be changed. Generally, if you take any chemical reaction and you alter its stoichiometric coefficients, just by multiplying or by dividing, whatever, some mathematical operation, then you will get the new chemical reaction with the same reactants and products. Only we can see the alteration with the stoichiometric coefficient only. So, in that particular case, the rate of disappearance of reactant and rate of appearance of product will not change. What will change? Only rate of the reaction will change. Okay, this is very, very important point, you should remember. We will take one example for that also. With respect to this note, we have one example. Let me take one reaction like this. A plus 2B gives 3C, and here rate of formation of rate of disappearance of is 2 into 10 power minus 3 molar per second. Let us assume. Then you alter this reaction like this: 2A plus 4B and gives rise to 6. And for this particular reaction, what is the rate of reaction? And what is, for this particular reaction, what is the rate of reaction? This you calculate. First, for this, rate of reaction is equals to minus dA by dt. What is the meaning of dA by dt? Nothing but rate of consumption of A, that is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 3. Same for second reaction. You write rate of reaction is equals to, again with respect to A, if I write minus 1 by 2 dA by dt, that is equals to, again what it is, minus 1 dA by dt means what? dA by dt, again rate of consumption of A. So, both the case rate of consumption of A value will not change. Why? Because here also dA by dt, here also dA by dt, that value will not change. So, minus 1 by, so 1 by 2 into 10 power minus 3. So, you will get the new rate for the second reaction. What it is? 10 power minus 3. 1 into 10 power minus 3 second. So, here both the case rate of reaction is altered, but rate of consumption, here consumption we have taken. If you take formation also, either rate of consumption or rate of formation of reactant and product respectively will not change, only rate of reaction will change. You should remember this point. Understood this one? Concept అర్థమైందా ఇది? Note. Okay, now we will see the what type of factors affects on the rate of reaction. Factors affecting on rate of reaction. The factors in that, the first one, concentration of reactant. The first factor, concentration of reactant. Generally if we change the concentration of reactant, the rate of reaction will change. The concentration means here it may be molarity or pressure, you can take any way. So here rate of reaction. General rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant. If you take more concentrated reactant, more amount of the rate. So rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant. Apart from that, the stoichiometric coefficient, whatever the stoichiometric coefficient, but here need not be the exact the stoichiometric coefficient, will take power order. What is this order? We will discuss later. So this is some power, so concentration power. In general equation, if you take like AA, will give some product to P. If the rate of reaction depends on the concentration of A, apart from that the stoichiometric coefficient. So not exactly the A here, we will use another experimental value. What is that coefficient? We will discuss later. That is called order. So rate of reaction will not depend alone only on the concentration, it also depends on the power, concentration power. So in detail about concentration of effect of concentration of reactant we can discuss here. That is little lengthy part. So entire this chapter mostly that depends on the concentration of the reactant. Second one, temperature. About this effect of temperature also we will discuss later. Generally as the temperature increases, rate of reaction increases. The temperature of system. And the next, presence of catalyst. Presence of catalyst also influence the rate of reaction. How it is? This is quantitative information we will discuss later. Presence of catalyst. And fourth one, nature of reactant and product. Nature of reactant and product means nature of reactant product means it is physical state. What is the physical state? And what is a homogeneous or heterogeneous, this type of bonds, number of bonds involved in the bond formation and bond breakage, stability of the reactant and product, all these factors. We will take up one by one. Physical state. What is the physical state of the reactant or product? Generally the rate of reaction for the physical state, if it is a gaseous phase, then the reaction is very fast. Gas phase reactions are very faster than the liquid phase reactions than solids. So accordingly the rate of reaction, gas, liquid and solid. ఏం లేదు. That means again you can take here homogeneous and heterogeneous reaction, that only. If few of the reactants are one phase and other reactants are other phase, means heterogeneous. If all are in the same phase, in generally homogeneous reactions are more faster than the heterogeneous. Again you can check heterogeneous apart from the phase. If all are in the same phase, you can compare like this, and if they are in different phase, you can compare like this. And also stability of the reactant and products. Stability case. This part already we have discussed at the time of chemical equilibrium, and the reactant is more stable, then a reaction favors towards the reactant side, means the reaction moves very slowly. If the stability of product is more, the reaction moves very fast towards the product side. So, rate of reaction also depends on the stability. So, here it is directly proportional to the stability of product, but inversely proportional to the stability of reactant. If reactants are more stable, less reaction. Stability of reactant. Apart from this, some other factors. Fifth one, surface area of reactant. Generally, the surface area increases, the rate of reaction increases. Why? Because the active sites will increase. So, this is directly proportional to rate of reaction only. Surface area increases, rate of reaction increases. Next, presence of light. Light also influences the rate of reaction. Why? Because sometimes light with suitable energy may fall to eject or to break the bonds, or light with without suitable energy. If this energy is not sufficient to break the bonds or to make the bonds, then in that case the rate of reaction is very less. But if the light energy is more sufficient, then bond can be break very easily and new bonds can be formed. So, presence of light also one of the factor. So, anyhow, out of all these, our major focus is on first three factors, that is effect of concentration, effect of temperature and catalyst. So, that also we will discuss quantitatively. So, we will see one by one. First, effect of concentration and the rate of reaction. Next, temperature effect, that we will discuss in terms of the Arrhenius equation, and presence of catalyst also. First, we will go with this one. How the rate of reaction can be influenced by the change in concentration. Not alone with the change in concentration, apart from that some powers. So, to study that the change in concentration with respect to the reactant, first we have to express the rate of reaction in terms of concentration of reactants. So far we expressed the rate of reaction with respect to both reactants and products, right, disappearance and appearance. But here to study especially about the concentration of reactants, how it influence, first we have to express that reaction, rate of reaction in terms of only reactants concentration. That expression we can call rate equation. We have to write one equation in terms of reactants. Is a rate equation in terms of equation, that is also called rate law, or we can say rate expression also. So, rate of reaction with respect to reactant and products, but these three are with respect to reactant only. What it is? The representation of rate of reaction. The representation of rate of reaction. What is this called? In terms of concentrations of reactants, representation of rate of reaction in terms of concentration of the reactants. that is called rate equation. Means let me take one general equation again. Again we will take up this A plus BB will give rise to some products. Here about product the information is not required. With respect to reactant only, we will take up this rate equation. So according to law of mass action, the chemical equilibrium we have studied, that is rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of concentrations of reactants, so raised their concentration powers, is the stoichiometric powers. So but here instead of A we will take one symbol some x and B power y. So rate depends on the concentration of A and concentration of B also, and this we can write further. To remove this proportionality, rate is equals to some constant k into A power x and B power y. And where x and y, they are the stoichiometric coefficients, may be equal to the A and B or may not be equal. X and y అనేది AB కి ఈక్వల్ అవ్వచ్చు కాకపోవచ్చు. X and y may or may not be equal to the stoichiometric coefficients. What are they? A and B. And what is this x and y? That we can identify by looking into the equation. This we can calculate through the experimentally. And where k is a rate constant, or we can say sometimes proportionality constant or velocity constant, we can use some another words. Or we can say specific rate. These are some word you should remember about the k, rate constant, velocity constant, specific rate. Already we have discussed anyhow. Okay, now small difference you have to observe. Now, according to law of mass action, if you write the rate equation, generally we will write like this. According to chemical equilibrium, what is that? According to chemical equilibrium, rate is equals to some k into A power A and B power B. We will write like this. But this is theoretical approach. It is not experimental approach. Okay, theoretically by looking into the equation we will write like this. But chemical kinetics is experimental phenomena. So according to the experiment and the power values, whatever the concentration powers may or may not be equal to its stoichiometric coefficients. Okay, na? That is very, very important. And x and y can be calculated through experimental data or experimental analysis. And here the units of rate constant. What are the units of rate constant? We have again the formula, rate is equals to k into A power x and B power y, if we take that particular equation. So we can take here x plus y. So rate means moles, molarity per second, already we have discussed. So here mole per liter second inverse is equals to rate constant into concentration of A, concentration of B, means this is moles per liter whole power both the case same concentration x plus y. So simply we can say rate constant units K is equals to molarity second inverse by molarity power x plus y. Then what is this x plus y? And this is called order of reaction. That x plus y, the sum is called order of reaction, and this order of reaction we will calculate experimentally. So we can define the order of reaction like this. So without knowing the order of reaction, you cannot calculate exactly the change of the rate of reaction by changing the concentration or the units of rate constant, further information whatever it is. So finding of or calculation or identification of order of reaction is very, very important. So without knowing order of reaction, we cannot proceed further. So next, order of reaction. What is the order of reaction? This is the sum of powers of the concentration terms. Sum of powers of the concentration terms of the reactants. In the rate law equation. Rate law equation. That is the one. And here this order of reaction may be 0, it may be anything. It may be 0 x plus y value, or it may be positive value, or it may be negative value, and it may be fractional value also. It may be anything, but this order of reaction is only experimental value. It is not the theoretical value. We can calculate through experiment only. It is only experimental value. Okay, no? The further information about this order of reaction and how to find out the order and how it relates with respect to the concentration and rate of reaction, we will see in the next class. Okay, na? So we will stop the class here anyhow.